Minor League Baseball fans, today is our second game of this 3-game set between the visiting Frisco RuffRiders and the Midland Rockhounds. Series continues later on as we get ready to conclude this 3-game set. The Rockhounds will need to win one to go into the South Division playoffs. With a 5-game set to Corpus Christi and a 5-game set for the San Antonio Missions. So let's go Rockhounds. We'll return right after this and we'll get ready to play some baseball right here on the show. And right now, get out your scorecards. Here's today's starting lineups. First for the visiting Frisco RuffRiders. Leading off in shortstop, Solomon Colon at short. Brad Smith, the designated hitter, bats second for the RuffRiders. Smith, the DH. Tyranoshi Mazuzaska will be the second for Frisco. Mazuzaska at second. Harper Ham be the first baseman for the RuffRiders. Ham at first. Juan Centeno be the catcher for Frisco. Centeno batting fifth. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Frederick McCardle. McCardle at third. Ken Parker be the left fielder for the RuffRiders. Parker at left. Cecil Guevara be the center fielder for the RuffRiders. Guevara at center. Diego Fernandez will round out the batting order for the RuffRiders today. Fernandez at right. And on the mound for Frisco, Mason Wolf. Wolf today's RuffRiders pitcher. And now here's the starting lineup for your Midland Rockhounds. Presented by Nationwide, always on your side. Batting first, the designated hitter, Steven Escobar. Escobar, the DH. Boog Powell be the center fielder for Midland. Powell at center. Francis Mikado be the first baseman for Midland. Mikado in cleanup. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Pedro Francisco. Francisco at third. John Worley be the cleanup batter. Worley in cleanup. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Freddie Cotis. Cotis at left. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Bobby Castro. Castro at right. Lewis Sams be the shortstop for the Rockhounds. Sams at short. Vinny Garcia rounds out the batting order for Midland. Garcia at second. And on the mound for your Midland Rockhounds, Frankie Montes. Montes, today's Rockhounds pitcher. And there's your starting lineups.
Welcome to MLB The Show and this presentation of minor league baseball. Today we've got a good matchup ahead between the Frisco RuffRiders and the Midland Rockhounds. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Frankie Montes, a right-handed native of the Dominican Republic, will be the starter. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire, right? And those are a lot of nice options to have. You can go hard, soft. You can go in and out. And anytime you have 4 pitches, if you could throw them for strikes, you have the big advantage.
So coming to the plate, Solomon Colon. He will lead this one off today. First pitch on its way. And we are underway this afternoon as the first pitch is over for a called strike one. A fastball here, and this is softly hit and fouled off to the left. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a good pitch there as this is swung on and missed for the first out of the ball game. And with that, here's a look at the visitors' starting lineup. Dero, daytime road game for them. What you got?
Taking a look at this lineup, they're going to have to work the count. That's the key to success right here. They have to find a way to drive this guy's pitch count up and get into that bullpen as quick as possible.
Standing in, Brad Smith, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. In there, no balls and a strike. And a great day for baseball here. 81 degrees at first pitch. Bases are empty, 1 man out. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Well, clearly this guy doesn't need many warm-up pitches because he's 98 miles an hour in the first inning. Newsflash to the offense, they better get it going.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a fastball just a bit up. Montes isn't really known as the kind of starter that goes deep into games. It's not that he isn't capable, I'm sure. He just hasn't been that guy that works deep into games with regularity.
Matty V, I'm not sure it's this guy's fault, but I think it's more the fault of the metrics and the way we look at pitchers now, trying to limit the number of pitches and the number of appearances they have with particular guys in the lineup.
Settling in now, Tsuyoshi Matsuzaka. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Popped him up. Machado will put this one away, and the side is retired. So a relatively routine start for the top of the first here. So it's on to the bottom of inning number 1, no score. Mason Wolf out of the state of New Mexico gets the start on the mound. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
This guy has 3 pitches that he brings into his mix. And if he has all of them working, he has a chance to be really solid. A good pitcher, but he needs command of all 3 of his pitches.
Striding into the box, Steven Escobar. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Grounder down the line at third. But a foul ball here, 0-1. Now the pitch. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. So here in the first inning, the leadoff man's aboard to kick things off.
Hey, after the leadoff knock right there, you know what they say. You get that leadoff guy on, I don't care how it's done. He usually comes around to score. But let's tip our hat to the pitcher. He set the tone in the top of the first, retiring a Manor.
So that'll bring in the outfielder, Boog Powell, as he sends it on the ground to first. And that's through for a hit.
Hey, 2 runners on after back-to-back singles right there. They are in prime position to put the first run on the board right here.
Into the box now, Francis Machado. He swings and grounds it to short. There's one. On to first, and they get them both. A chance now to take a look at how the home team lines up in this one. What do we need to know about this lineup, D-Row?
Well, Matty, you take a look at this lineup filled with young bloods. Just young guys, hungry, aggressive, trying to do damage and move traffic to both gaps. Line-to-line power up and down this lineup. Should be interesting to see if this pitcher uses their aggressiveness against them.
Coming to the plate now, Pedro Francisco, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. He's set, and the pitch. Lifted in the air to right field. Fernandez is there, and he puts this one away for the third out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. We've played an inning. No score here on the show. Now in the box, Harper Ham. He'll get to take his first cuts here. First offering on its way. Hard hit ball to second. And that is through into right field for a single. So a base hit to kick things off here, and there's a man aboard to start out their half of the second. Stepping in, Juan Centeno. Becomes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball. And that one just missed outside. Now the 1-1 pitch is taken for strike 2.
Probably better that he let that pitch go anyway. After seeing a lively fastball on the pitch before, it's pretty hard to sit back enough on a well-thrown changeup.
Count still at 1-2. Ham gets his lead at first, nobody out. And another foul ball. Still 1-2. Here's another 1-2. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Time for a look at the defensive alignment for the home team. And manning the hot corner today is a guy with one of the quickest reactions in the game. That's it at third base. A step and a dive, a little bit of range, but you better be reacting, and you better be able to have some serious hands and a strong arm to get it over to first. And he checks all the boxes.
Now at the plate, Frederick McCardell. No balls and a strike to count. No score here as we play inning number 2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. Another 0-2 coming. Hit on the ground to third. Scooped up, one there. The relay not in time as he beats the throw by a step.
Batting 7, left fielder, Ken Parker.
Digging in, Ken Parker from the stretch. Takes a high fastball for a strike. Parker is a guy that can really pick him up and put him down, if you will. He's a plus runner and really uses speed to his advantage in multiple ways on the field.
Yeah, and it works for him. It works for him in a lot of ways, like you said, Matty. Hits the ball on the ground. He has the potential to beat it out. I can't tell you what this does for an infield or an outfield defense to be put on their toes and have to make plays against this guy.
Step on second for the force, and that'll do it. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. On now to the bottom of the second, and we are tied 0-0. Stepping in, John Worley. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game.
John Worley.
Here comes the first pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Guevara on the move, and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out.
Okay, here's the defense for the away team. You want to talk about shutting a running game down? The guy behind the dish has an absolute cannon. I mean, you will not see guys get but 2-step lead off first base today.
He's set. Here it comes. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Guevara giving chase. He gets there and makes a fine running play for the second out.
Batting 7th, right fielder, Bobby Castro.
Stepping into the box, Bobby Castro. And now a pitch on the way. Lifted in the air out towards left center. And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. And he'll post into second here with a 2-out double.
Just goes to show you, if you're going to throw that two-seam fastball away, which I don't think is the best pitch anyway, you better start that thing out of the zone and let it work its way back to the corner. With this one, it started out on the corner, so it leaked back right over the heart of the plate and got whacked.
In now, Lewis Sands. He swings and rounds it to short. Colon fields it cleanly, and nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. Danger averted following the 2-out double. 2 complete. Still scoreless here on the show. In now, Cecil Guevara. He'll step in to lead it off in the top of the 3rd.
Cecil Guevara.
Cold strike at the letters, 0-1.
You know, Matty, when I first broke into the league, you wouldn't see that high heater first pitch right out of the gate. But I think there's been a change in philosophy here. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, guys wanted to attack you more east-west, get you leaning left-right. Now you're seeing guys attack in the philosophy more north-south. Just with launch angles and exit velocities, I think guys are afraid to throw that sinking fastball for fear that guys are just going to run their barrel into it. Not the case with the high fastball.
Boy, Dero, the game of baseball has changed. There's so much velocity in the game. That was a 96-mile-an-hour fastball that he smoked the other way.
Yeah, you have to keep your front shoulder tucked right there. You have to honor. When a guy's throwing that hard, 96 miles an hour, you have to honor that fastball and try and work it the other way to keep you on the off speed.
The 0-1 pitch. A good knee-high changeup taken for a strike.
2 takes, and now he's down 0-2. I'm not sure, but he may have been taking to give a guy at first a chance to run.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Standing in now, Solomon Colon, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. Oh, and 2, here it comes. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. A ball and 2 strikes now. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2. That's back-to-back strikeouts now as they've been unable to advance that leadoff single into scoring position.
Yeah, clearly no problems working out of the stretch right now, Matt. He's taking control of this inning after giving up that hit. Now we'll see if he can finish it off strong as well.
Outside for a ball, 1-1.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. With the first baseman holding the runner on, it's always smart to pitch into the defense you have behind you.
The 1-2. Hit down the line at first. And that's through for a base hit. Make him 1 for 2 in this one. And he'll make it up safely to third, so they're at the corners now with 2 men out.
Now batting.
You don't see that too much in today's game. Most guys, it doesn't matter what the count is. They're looking to line them, drive the ball out of the ballpark. Not the case here. Good 2-strike adjustment, able to punch a ground ball through a hole for a single.
0 for 1 after a pop out in foul territory his first time through. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners at the corners, 2 men out. 1 and 2 now. Bouncer up the middle, and that is through into center field, a base hit, and they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score, and he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone.
That's a nice piece of hitting right there, Dan. He went heater up in the zone and then tried to drop the off speed, but he was on it.
Boy, Mark, that's the oldest trick in the book, right? You use one pitch to set up the other. This guy wasn't having any part of that.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. A fastball right down the middle for a strike. Smith, the runner at third. Matsusaka on at second with 2 down. But a good play by the first baseman to spear this one, and that'll retire the side. So it's a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. The RuffRiders lead it 1-0. Leading off the inning, Vinny Garcia, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up. Here comes the first pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. Matsusaka has it, and the inning begins with a quick out number 1.
Now batting. Designated hitter, Steven Escobar.
Digging in to try it again, Steven Escobar. He singled his last time up. He's set, and the pitch. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats in left. 1 out, nobody on. Sliced hard on the ground. To his left, Matsusaka. And the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, and he's safe at first.
And that's what speed does for you. He made the play, but in the back of his mind, he knew he was dealing with the speedster, so he rushed the throw, and he had more time than he thought, too.
Stepping in now, Boog Powell. And there's a line drive base hit to left field.
First baseman, number 12.
Into the box, Francis Machado, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Back up to, oh no, that got him. No chance to make the play. Let's just hope he's okay on the mound.
That's what we refer to in the biz as a hanger right there. He's lucky he's getting this baseball back.
Into the box now, Pedro Francisco. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. Gone! It's a grand slam. So he will touch them all on the grand slam as they take the lead 4-1.
Wow, you can understand what the pitcher's thinking. He doesn't have an empty base, and he needs to get ahead of the count. All he wants to do is get that first pitch over for a strike, but the batter knew the same thing, and he jumped all over it, smashing it into seats for a 4-run blast.
Now batting. Catcher, John
Into the box, John Worley. He swings and grounds it to short. Colon takes it in. in time to first, and there are 2 away.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
So stepping in, Freddie Coates. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First offering on its way. Hard hit ball to short. Colon is up with it. On to first, and it's in time as they're finally able to retire him. But the damage was done right here as you get another look at the grand slam home run. We played 3 full. It's now 4-1. Leading off the inning, Juan Centeno, and they'll need him to get something going here. Hit down the third baseline. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now. Running hard, he's digging for second. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out.
Man, that swing looked like self-defense than a real quality swing. But, hey, he muscled it out there, and it was enough to get him safely to second. Those are the kind of hits that will drive you nuts as a pitcher.
Standing in now, Frederick McCardell, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. Reached by way of a fielder's choice his first time around. Skied into straightaway right. Castro is there. And that's the first out of the inning. And the throw from right will not be in time as he takes third on the fly out. At the plate, Ken Parker comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. High and deep down the left field line. And that will end up a foul ball. The 0-1 pitch. Seared down the first baseline. But this will get foul for strike 2. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. He got him. And it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
That strikeout changes the whole complexion of the inning. He was definitely pitching for it with a runner on third and 1 out, and he got it. Now it's going to take a hit or something like a wild pitch to get that guy home.
Cecil Guevara is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. The 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
Just reached back and threw a high fastball right by him. He didn't stand a chance.
And he comes back with a fastball. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. The 3 of us are back with more following this. Now at the plate, Bobby Castro. And Dan, I'm sure the starter on the mound would like to hit the rewind button on that last inning.
Oh, no doubt about that, Mac. That was a really rocky frame, but clearly not enough to chase him from this game. We'll see if he's still shaking a bit or if he's able to put this behind him.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1.
Been a real big struggle for him so far on the mound. 4 runs and only 3 innings, so it'll be interesting to see if he can settle in at all and make some adjustments, or if this start will continue to run downhill.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. Guevara is right there, 1 down.
The batter, the shortstop.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Louis Sams. He got on top of one and was a ground-out victim last time. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Fastball right back to the mound. And he'll just flip this on to first for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, second baseman.
Ready for another chance, Vinny Garcia. From the stretch. Hit back up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit. So he picks on the first pitch here and is able to extend the inning.
Kind of looked like he had gotten his bearings there. Dan was going to have a 1-2-3 inning, but not the case, giving up that late 2-out knock.
Boy, this lineup is so deep, 1 through 9, they could put a hurting on you, and they're making him work, and he's given up a lot of base hits so far in this one. So far, this has not been an easy one for this pitcher.
In now, Steven Escobar, and they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. The 1-0. Line drive to center field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Leading off the inning, Diego Fernandez, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up. First delivery to him on the way. And that pitch catches the inside corner. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1. The 1-1 home. Popped him up. But this will land untouched. The pitch. Swing and a high pop drifting into foul territory. And he'll put this one away for the first out of the inning. Ready for another shot now. Solomon Colon is hoping to avoid the hat trick. He struck out in each of his first 2 plate appearances so far. Right over the middle, knee high. 5th inning here in a 4-1 ball game. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
You can tell this offense is getting frustrated, but this might be one you have to shower off. When a guy's locating like this, fastball at the knees and to both corners, it's going to be tough for them to do anything with it.
Got him swinging on the fastball there. Solomon Colon becomes the second out here in inning number 5.
Well, you can tell by their approach that they're going to go up there and try to be aggressive off this guy, but he's taking full advantage of that. He's pounding the zone with strikes, and right now we're seeing a lot of swings and misses and a lot of strikeouts and no walks either.
A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ball game. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Tapped up the first baseline. That winds up foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Another one sent foul.
I know there's 2 outs right here, but your job as the number 2 hole hitter, especially with the monsters hitting behind you, find a way to get on base. Maybe a little 2-out lightning on the horizon.
And he struck him out. His 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. Striding in, Boog Powell. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far.
Center fielder, Boog Powell.
Here's the first pitch to him. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Guevara has a read on it. 1 down.
First baseman, number 12.
Ready once again, Francis Machado. A hit in 2 tries so far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Back up the middle. And into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
That had to be in the scouting report right there. You don't see too many 0-0 breaking ball ambushes in the game, and he had to know that pitch was coming.
Stepping in now, Pedro Francisco. He swings and grounds it to short. To second for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, the side is retired. Leading off the inning, Tsuyoshi Matsuzaka, and they'll need him to get something going here. The pitch. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
These guys have got to be frustrated as an offensive unit so far in this one. They haven't been able to crack the code on their opponent, but it's not like they're getting great pitches to hit either. This starter has kept the ball on the corners of the zone all game long. Good contact to start out the inning. Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
Into the box, Harper Ham. A ball and no strikes. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. A high strike there, and it's 1-1.
Watching him on the mound, I'm really impressed with what he's doing right now. He's been really aggressive and confident over the last couple of innings.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. 6th inning, 4-1 is our score. A shot down the first baseline. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his 2nd base hit of the game. And he'll pull into 2nd with 1 away.
I'll tell you, that's one of the first good swings we've seen anybody put on this guy so far. He's been throwing the ball really well, but that was one of the few mistakes we've seen him make.
Juan Centeno is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1. A good knee-high changeup taken for a strike.
Pretty unusual that you see a 5-hole hitter take 2 strikes in a row. Typically, those are some of the most aggressive batters in the lineup.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And he punches out another one. Make it 9 for the ball game. So striding forward now, Frederick McCardell. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
That pitch up in the zone called the strike, and that's a tough pitch for a batter to hit, though. That fastball that's high in the zone.
Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1.
Tough spot to hit here as a hitter. You have a base open, so you have to almost be trying to think like the pitcher. Is he going to try to pitch around me, or is he going to come in the strike zone?
The 1-2. Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Digging in, John Worley.
Leading off from Midland, catcher, John Worley.
He's set. Here it comes. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Guevara is after it. He's there and records the first out.
Now batting, left fielder, Freddie Coates.
At the plate, Freddie Coates, 0 for 2 here to start the afternoon. Here comes the first pitch. Liner toward right center. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Well, this one was squared up pretty good, but just like pitchers give up hits on well-executed pitches, batters make outs on balls they couldn't have hit much better.
The pitch. Hit hard to short. On to first, and they don't come any easier than that. A 3-pitch inning, and the side is retired. Back here on the show. We're off to the 7th inning now, but first let's have a look at our game summary to see how we got here. Leading off the inning, Ken Parker, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. And the changeup just missed the inside corner. Two and two. He pops it up. And nope, this one falls, so he'll get another shot. Here now the 2-2. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. The 2-2. Popped him up. And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Digging in, Cecil Guevara. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. And that misses for ball 1. We're in the 7th now. 4-1 our score to this point. A fastball that just misses inside. And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. Sent on the ground out to second. And that'll find its way into right field for a 1-out single.
Sometimes you just got to trust your hands. That pitch probably wasn't even in the zone, and he was able to fight it off for a base hit.
Into the box now, Diego Fernandez, as he'll take a look at ball 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. And a fastball here that's taken for ball 2.
This is why I love having athleticism and speed on your team. You can tell the runner on first base is certainly messing with the mechanics of the pitcher.
2 balls and a strike to count. Guevara, base runner at first with 1 out. And he comes back with a pitch right down the middle for strike 2. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Fielded cleanly. There's one. On to first, it's a double play. As their woes continue, the inning is over.
7th inning stretch.
Brad Hope gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th. Lewis Sams will be the first one to greet him here, as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now. First pitch on its way. There's a drive out toward the alley in right center. Legs churning. He's headed for second. Arms pumping. He's hustling for third. And he is into third with a leadoff triple.
That was not the way this pitcher envisioned the beginning of the game going for him. Wasn't that bad of a pitch. He jumps all over it. Nobody can run it down, and he's standing at third feeling pretty good about himself.
Standing in now, Vinny Garcia. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. Here comes the 0-1. High in the air out to center field. Guevara moves over. He gets there to make the catch, but this should bring home a run as the runner tags from third. And they'll add one more to the lead. It's now a 5-1 ball game.
Great job of offensive execution there. Leadoff triple and then the sac fly to bring home a run.
Here's the first pitch to him. Driven down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will, as it heads to the corner. A fair ball. And he'll reach second now with one away.
Well, unfortunately, being close isn't quite good enough most of the time. Love the effort in the outfield, and he was close to making that play, but instead it's a double. That's a risky play, though. Could have been a lot worse than a double.
So that'll bring in the outfielder, Boog Powell. He swings and sends a bullet to right field. And that's taken in straightaway right. Will he try from second? And he's safe.
Now batting, first baseman, Francis Machado.
Into the box now, Francis Machado. Runner in scoring position with Sugan. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And he squares up on this one. Deep to straightaway right. Fernandez racing back. Gone! two-run blast to straightaway right field as it's now a 6-run ball game.
Yeah, he had the right idea trying to bust him inside, but that pitch caught too much of the plate, and he took it deep for a 2-run homer. That was a nice swing of the bat.
Pedro Francisco will stand in here again, and as he does, it's a good time to flash you back to the 3rd inning of the ball game as you take a look at his grand slam. Obviously a key blow early on. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Now this one is blasted to left field, and there's no doubt about it. Back-to-back jacks. Solo shot here to left, his 2nd of the game, as this is now a 7-run ball game.
In the job description of reliever, there's no mention of back-to-back homers, but there is a need for short memory. We'll see if he can put those 2 bombs behind him.
In now, John Worley. He gets it hard on the ground to the left. And that gets through, so he'll have his first base hit, make him 1 for 4 in the game now. Bottom of the 7th inning, will go at least 1 plate appearance deeper after the 2-out hit.
He looked a little bit out in front right there, but he's able to pull that ground ball through the hole for a single.
Stepping in now, Freddie Coates. Out in front of a fastball as this is ripped down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Now a long throw to 3rd. And he'll get in there safely at 3rd. 2nd and 3rd now with 2 gone.
He wasn't letting that one go. Jumped on the first pitch right there and drove it into the outfield for a base hit.
Into the box, Bobby Castro. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled as it looked to make it all the way up into the concourse area. Ready on 0-2. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. So 4 runs in the inning, and they come on the strength of the 2 big flies. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The Rockhounds lead it 8-1. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Solomon Colon. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Matt. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect, but getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in.
Ronan Ramos has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 7, Ronan Ramos.
First delivery to him on the way. A bouncer up the middle. And there's his first base hit in this one. So their half of the 8th opens with a man aboard.
Hey, look at this guy compete right there. Nice base hit. Are you kidding me? He had already had the hat trick. He was staring the golden sombrero straight in the face, and he said, no dice.
Into the box now, Brad Smith, as he will swing at the first pitch and line this one into left center, and that's going to get down for extra bases. He pulls into third safely as a run will score on the play as well. Well, that didn't take long to get a run on the board this inning.
Yeah, they made it look easy, didn't they? Leadoff single puts the guy in the stretch, and then wham, the triple chases him home.
Standing in now, Tsuyoshi Matsusaka, as he will take a look at strike one on a fastball right down the pipe. Smith at third with nobody out. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
This is what every pitcher likes to have. Another 0-2 count really puts the hitters on the defensive side in multiple ways. You can go fastball up, you can go breaking ball down. One of the keys, getting ahead, and he's done a very good job of that so far.
The 0-2 once more. Hit in the air out to left. Coates is over. He makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. And he will get in to score, and it's a run batted in on the sacrifice fly.
That was a good controlled swing out of him there, and that's exactly what he was hoping to do. Get it into the outfield and pick up the RBI.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Harper Ham. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. Now a ball lined toward the alley in left center. But this will hang up just enough as he takes it in stride in left center for the second out. At the plate, Juan Centeno has got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one. Ripped down the line, but that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now. 2 out, nobody on. Sent on the ground out to second. That's through for a base hit, his second of the ball game.
Boy, not the way you'd like to draw up an 0-2 pitch, D-Roll, but from a hitter's perspective, a pretty good job of staying alive. 0-2.
Yeah, and he did an excellent job on the offensive side. Not to let the AB get away from him. I know he was down 0-2, but he pulled his neck and he stayed in there.
Powell is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. Home half of the 8th, straight ahead. The Rockhounds are out in front, 8-3. Now batting, Lewis Sams. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead. First pitch on its way. Grounded foul. Read this one almost in books. The story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Yeah, you ain't kidding, Matty. Dan, what does this feel like when balls are just flying out of the yard?
Hero, it's just one of those days when you're out there as a pitcher going, oh, I wish I was somewhere anywhere else but on that bump right now. This has the makings of being a long game.
Fastball swung on and missed for the first out. Well, look there at the numbers for our 2 starters here today, with both guys recently departed from the ball game and looking on from the dugout. Now at the plate, Vinny Garcia earned himself an RBI with a sac fly his last time at the plate. Pitch on the way. Lifted the other way to left center. And that'll get down for what should be extra bases. Around second now and headed for third. And he is in there at third with a 1-out triple.
And this is what good major league hitters do with a pitch on the outer half. They don't try to do too much with it. Just square it up the best you can and drive it to the opposite gap. By the time the outfielders react and get to it, he's well on his way to third.
In now, Steven Escobar. He swings and lines it to left. And a base hit, and that'll get the run in from third.
Boy, he had to be sitting on a fastball, D-Roll, right there, because he pulls this one and gets the barrel to it to drive that runner in from third.
Yeah, Dan, you could tell he was sitting all over it. You don't get to a fastball like that without knowing it's coming. Nice piece of hit.
Into the box, Boog Powell. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. It's been a 2-for-4 effort for him so far in the ballgame. Here's the 0-1. Line drive to center field. In there, a base hit.
Even though that pitcher was able to execute in off the plate, batter was able to keep his hands inside that baseball and drive it up the middle.
Into the box now, Francis Machado. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. And they'll quickly get it in here to hold that runner at third base.
Boy, talk about having a day, Debro. He gets his 4th knock of the game, but mixed in with one of those 4 was a round tripper. Not a bad day.
Yeah, you have 5, maybe a handful of games that you can throw out 4 knocks throughout the course of the year. Add in a tater to go with it.
1 run scored. And they'll hold that runner at third, so everyone moves up, and they remain loaded here with still only 1 gone.
Sometimes you got to pull out the ambush tactic. You don't know what the best pitch is going to be. 0-0 right there. Get me a knock through the left side.
Standing in now, John Worley. He swings and grounds it to short. He gets dirty, but he can't get there, and it's into center field. 1 run is scored. Now a good throw comes into the infield, so that'll force the second runner to hold on over at third base.
Nice piece of hitting right there. Kept his shoulders square, his hands inside the baseball, and was able to fight off a good, nice executed pitch for a knock.
Ricky Hemphill enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is. Stepping in now, Freddie Coates. He swings and grounds it to short. 1 there on the first, and how about that for an entrance? 1 pitch, 2 outs, and the inning is over. So all in all, they're fortunate to give up just 3 in the inning as they wind up escaping the bases loaded jam. We've played 8 full. The Rockhounds lead it 11-3. Now to the plate, Ken Parker starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
Swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Pushed softly over toward the right side, but no problem at first, and that's the first out.
Now batting, the center fielder, Cecil Guevara.
Digging in now, Cecil Guevara. First pitch on its way. Out in front of a fastball as this is ripped down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. And he is into second base with a double, his 3rd hit this afternoon.
He obviously was sitting all over that pitch. He didn't want to go deep in the count. He saw it 0-0 and he let it fly.
Here comes the first pitch. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. Guevara leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Castro has it in his tracks. 2 gone. Digging in and looking for more, Solomon Colon. He's 1 for 4 for the game. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike. And he falls behind 0-2. Now what's left of this crowd this afternoon gets to their feet. This is line to left, and that's in there, base hit. As he arrives at second without a play, as also on the play, a run comes across to score.
That will drive a pitching coach crazy. He has the hitter down 0-2 in the count, and instead of making him chase at something off the plate, he grooves one that's driven down the line for a run-scoring double. Have to make better pitches on an 0-2 count.
Now a ball lined to the left side, but this will be a foul ball. A 1-1 home. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. On the ground to third. And with that, I can finally say the 4 words I've had on my mind for what seems like an eternity. This ball game is over. 11-4 at the end of this affair. The Rockhounds posted 11 runs on the scoreboard when it was all said and done. Frankie Montes gets the W on the mound. So that's it for us this afternoon. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, log on to theshownation.com.
And so the Rockhounds take game 2 of our 3-game set.
11 runs on an even.
Well, later on tonight will be the final game of the season for the RuffRiders. If Frisco manages to win 1 against the Rockhounds.
1 error. They left 8 runners on base.
The Rockhounds has been accepted to the South Division playoffs to play a 5-game set against Corpus Christi
And we remind you to
and a 5-game set against the San Antonio Missions. Well, tonight will be another game, and hopefully you guys will be tuning in to the final game with Midland and the Frisco RuffRiders. So before we go, let's go over runs, hits, and errors. First for the victorious Midland Rockhounds. The Rockhounds scored 11 runs, 20 hits, and 0 errors. For the Frisco RuffRiders, 4 runs on 12 hits, 1 error. They left 6 on. Well, this would just about do it for minor league baseball from Midland. We hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see y'all again later on for the final game of our 3-game set, the Frisco RuffRiders and your Midland Rockhounds.